Hello and welcome to my steam collection. Okay, it's not as big as some other people's collections or anything like that, but you know, it is a nice selection of steam locomotives that I really like. And we've got some from the Tornado, Prince of Wales, some of the newest locomotives built in Britain. Then we've got some A1s and we've got the classic Flying Scotsman there. I've got a Collect Goods, which is one of the Bachmann mainline toolings that they and this would be nicely weathered and things like that. I think we've got a schools class there. I think that has some running issues from what I remember. I've got a nice little Terrier with DCC fitted, so I'm going to have to sort of think the locomotion number one. Oops. I really like the look of, but it's always so fragile, and I've just knocked it there and I was thinking don't knock it off the table. But when you see that one next to some of these huge locomotives, you realise how small that one must have been in the day. And at the front we've got a little old Thomas that's not correct or anything because it's an 04. I've got a nice little pannier tank here, and we've got some couple of Ginties from Hornby and some ones from Oxford Rail there, some of the Dean's Goods, and I think it's quite a nice little collection. Now, I'm not the biggest steam fan. I do have a lot more diesel locomotives in my collection, and I'm going to do a little bit of a diesel running session with the next one as well. So if you're a fan of diesel, then hopefully you'll enjoy that, and if you're a fan of steam, hopefully you'll enjoy this one. Anyway, instead of just having a look at these, I really want to get them on the layout and have a look and see which ones actually will run on the layout. I think I need to do a tiny little bit of tidying up on it, but there's no point just looking at them. Let's get them running. Okay, first up we have locomotion number one. Let's get this running around the layout. And might need a little bit of help. It's never pulled any freight before, and we've just stopped again. So right, I don't know if we're even going to get this to get around the layout. It doesn't seem to. Let's put a bit more juice on then. No. Okay, can we bring that one back? And we've uncoupled it as well. We don't seem to have any power now. And away it goes flying off around the layout, and it's going to crash into okay, well that didn't like actually trying to take any freight for a wander. Let me just see if I can try that again. And it is so difficult to try and get this to couple up. I just can't seem to I'm going to give up. I've just spent a little bit of time trying to get that to couple. I knocked all the wagons off, recoupled all those, and these stupid couplings that Hornby have decided to use. I'm going to give up with it. So I'm just going to run it around without any freight. I'm going to take these wagons back off, and let's see locomotion number one running. Right, let's see if we can get it going now. I think if we can't get this running, I'll have to try something else. Right, let's now it's definitely not 100% happy on this layout, and it's a lovely looking loco, but it's not running its best. So in reverse, a lot smoother, as you can see, and forwards, the direction you want it to go in. It's sort of all over the place, but I think I'm going to have to run something else now. And just having a really good look at this logo, it is very nice. It's just could do with running better. Okay, let's see what else we can get running. Right, I'm going to get the pannier tank running with a Rayco Great Western freight, just a small freight. While that's running round, we've got the Dean's Goods. We'll just straighten the camera out. Let's get that running. The arrow correct direction. have the Hornby Schools class pulling the same rake of freight as we did with the Dean's Goods. And we also have the Tornado. Okay, up next I have the little pug pulling a rake of sort of fish fans. So hopefully it gets on alright. It's struggling a little bit there for traction. You can do it. They're a bit heavy, those wagons, and not very free running. And we was trying to accelerate while we're on the points there. So let's get the Flying Scotsman up and running. And that is a lovely locomotive from Hornby. Oh, and we do seem to have start. Oh, it's because I've left the controller away from the main unit. So next I thought I'd run the Hornby Terrier. And we'd also have an A2 running, pulling a rake of Lima coaches. They are a little bit noisy, these coaches. And there we have it. I'm going to conclude the running session there, and hope you've enjoyed watching these trains run round. Sorry I've not been able to run everything. It's getting quite late in the evening, and I've got a lot of tidying up. I hope you've enjoyed this running session, and I hope they're able to see you on the next one, and you can get a good view of the whole layout. And I wish you a very good evening and very good rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you again on a next running session or a layout video. Take care.